Good morning. It's Thursday and panels will be starting today, and as usual I was up at 3 o'clock in the morning with my jet lag. I had a lot of work to do because I got 3 other problems on panels. I got somebody's daughter was ill, has cancelled, there was a transportation problem and somebody's got flu. So with my Dropbox and checking emails, I've got alternatives. So I've emailed out options for other people, which is quite good. Now, as you'll see this morning, I've got my lanyard, which means BoucherCon has officially started. Also, I have got my new trainers, which will please my wife and Mike Stotter, because they hate to see my old trainers. Anyway, so while I was working away, a song came on the radio, Carly Simon, and it was a song called Coming Round Again, because if you're willing to play the game, remember that nothing stays the same. Now, the thoughts on that is that we do change over the time, and as I was getting dressed this morning, I had a shower and I put on my Heisenberg t-shirt, because a lot of people know I'm an industrial chemist, and I look over my life, and we should all look over our lives and realise how much we change. And, we aren't the same people we used to be. I'm in my 50s now. Where the fuck did the time go? But who knows? And we have to look at these changes and see that we also see the way the world is, and that's changed because we're seeing the world through different eyes. It's a bit like reading books. You can read a book. I remember reading James M. Cain, for instance, when I was a teenager, and I reread them recently, a couple of years ago, several, and I got different things out of them, because the book's exactly the same, but I'm different, and I see things differently as well. And here's my pseudo cigarette. Thanks, kids. Doesn't do anything. You just suck on it, and a light comes on, but it looks quite good anyway. So, with coffee, I was starting to think about these things and reflect upon the day yesterday, and it was really good. Al Abramson and JD Allen, the chair and co-chair, they'd organised a guest of honour dinner with the volunteers that we were all invited as a sort of thank you. So, got to see Kathy Wrights, Margaret Maron, Sarah Shaber, and the other guests of mine, Zoe Sharp and Al Guthrie, and forgive me if I forget somebody, it's just I'm a bit sleep deprived as well. And I was saying to Kathy Wrights, and she remembered me from 2 years ago when she got the dagger. So we were amused. But also with this t-shirt, it was David Morrell that tipped me off about Breaking Bad many years ago, and he said, Ali, you're going to like this because it combines chemistry and crime fiction. And I got really obsessed, and I watched all the seasons and stuff, and I found it amusing. It finished with Baby Blue, Badfinger, and if you know the story of Badfinger and the suicides, they were tipped to be like the Beatles. And I was talking about it, but my family, they were thinking, crime fiction, a load of biff, right? But they all watched it. And the funny thing is, what they realised is they saw the transformation of Walter White, mild-mannered chemistry teacher, into major drug overlord. And it was my eldest daughter, Sophia. She sort of realised, she said, you know what, Dad? You used to be so different. You were a sort of nice guy, but now you're a business guy. You've got all this book stuff that goes on. You're sort of a bit like Heisenberg. You're a mild-mannered chemist, and now you run a big business and you're on this book stuff, and you change as well. And circumstances change people, because in Walter White's case, he was a mild-mannered guy. He got this lung cancer, pseudo cigarette, and he started becoming a meth dealer and meth manufacturer, and that changed him. And he also changed his relationship and the way he saw things, and that's what we've always got to be wary. So you can read Friedrich Nietzsche, you can read, Kant, and you can read all the philosophers. But occasionally, as Bruce Springsteen said, I learned more from a 3-minute record than I learned when I was in school. And sometimes, so the Carly Simon song is, if you're willing to play the game, remember, nothing stays the same. So anyway, I'm a little bit nervy because the first panel start. It's going to be fun. Because as the panels were designed in our dining room at home in Cheshire, They are now live. They were existential. They were thoughts, and we wrote them on paper, and then we put them on digital. Then all of a sudden, they're lining the hotel rooms. People are talking about these panels. You know, this whole process of programming, it's changed me. Okay, I'm not going to be Heisenberg. You know, I'm not going to make crystal meth and any of that stuff. But I'm certainly more involved in the book side of things. So, what's on for today? Well, at 7:30 I'm meeting Detective Peter Rozowski of the Philadelphia PD, my dear friend, who shaved his beard off in honour of Bauschicon, I believe. And very dear friends of mine, Jeff and Jodie Pierce. And we're going to have some breakfast. We're going to catch up. And then later on tonight, we got the opening ceremonies and we got a lot going on. The one thing I found even yesterday is that people start coming in around the hotel lobbies. You know, and there's 2 hotels, so it's like double. As I walk around, I'm pretty easy to spot. So I'm just saying hello to everybody, you know. And a lot of them saying, oh, thanks for that panel and thanks for this. This is really good. You know, we've got 1,400 people coming here, right, you know, into Raleigh, North Carolina. This panel's going to be busy because, like, Raleigh's a really, really nice place. But they come for the panels as well, right? You know, if you go to New Orleans or San Francisco or New York, you know, you're going to actually see bits of the city. And you will see lots of Raleigh. Because, again, I have to reiterate, I've been to a lot of American cities, a lot of American states. And of all of them, North Carolina, you know, these people are brilliant. So, I hope you enjoy your day, because I've got a lot to do today. So I'm going to stoke up on an extra large flat white. So may I wish you a really, really good day. From Bauschicon, North Carolina, enjoy your day, because I'm going to try and enjoy mine. Have a good